You have no interesting stories this week?
Oh my god, you're recording already.
Yeah, for a little bit now.
I thought we were gonna wait a minute.
I was through waiting. Been waiting all my life. It's time for action.
There's not much action in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I went to the grocery store twice, 3 times this week. That's a lot for me.
What an exciting life you live there. That's okay, that's
And then I made a pot roast. Well, I didn't make a pot roast. I'm going to make a pot roast.
like how you counted it already as having made it, even though you haven't.
By the time this podcast comes out, I will have made a pot roast.
That's true. We're recording on Friday this time. I forgot what day it was for a minute.
I thought today was Thursday. And one of my employees showed up to open with me, and I was like, "You're off on Thursdays. It's Friday."
It's Friday.
I was like, "Why are you here?"
I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning, and it's now 5 o'clock in the evening, and I've had an hour of sleep since then, so I'm just rolling in it.
There is something interesting that happened in Texas this week, but I guess I should do the intro first before we...
Yeah, interesting Texas things can wait.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome back to Mindless Prattle. I'm Ripley. That's Jordan.
I'm Jordan. Oh, wait.
We talked to you about things and stuff that's happened, and here we are. Welcome back. Or welcome to your first episode if you're just joining us.
Welcome back.
Hopefully you've listened to a few. Otherwise, this might be a little weird.
Why would it be weird?
Because, like, they don't know. They're like, why are you talking so much?
Do you not watch, like, the 30th episode of Friends before the first one?
I don't watch any of... Friends is really a creepy show, okay? Like, Friends is a weird-ass show.
What are you talking about?
Have you watched it, like...
Yeah, I've watched
lately?
Every episode.
No, like, lately, though.
How would I watch it lately? I just watched it.
Like, I remember... I had never watched it, like, growing up, and then at Your Sister's Bachelorette, actually, we were really hungover, and one day we just spent watching Friends all morning. While we were recovering, and
Oh boy.
It was fine. It was fine. And so we were just watching Friends, chilling, you know. And I was like, there's whatever the episode. It was like Monica was like sexually harassing her, like assistant guy, and I was like, if that was a woman and she was a man, everybody would be so mad about this. Like, why is it okay the other way?
Because it was the 90s.
Yeah, it was the 90s. And then there was an episode where they took away the laugh tracks, and it's like Ross talking about how he wants to beat the fuck out of the women in their friend group. And he's like, I'm not going to win. I need you to help me like beat these girls up. And you take away the laugh track, and it just...
That's what someone posted a while back. They're like, if I won the lottery, the first thing I would do is buy the rights to Friends and remove all the laugh tracks and then re-release it to prove how unfunny the show is.
It's not. You take away the laugh track, it's not funny. It's like...
It's so much
You
different.
sound like you are a psychopath. Like...
It's so much different without the laugh track on there. It's so funny, though.
But...
oh my gosh, when did you crack your screen? I feel like it wasn't that bad the last time I was up here.
Well, it's like once you crack it a little bit, if it drops at all anymore, then it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, why wouldn't you replace it?
Well, because it's not all cracked.
Oh my gosh. I can see past the cracks. That's why, dumb.
It's just the screen protector that's cracked.
Yeah, once the screen protector is cracked, it is significantly less protective. Get a new one. They're like $4 on Amazon.
Will you put it on for me?
Sure.
I'm really bad at putting them on.
Yeah, and holding phones, apparently. I don't... I've had my phone longer than you, and mine still has no cracks on it.
I drop my phone a lot.
You need to...
Especially at work. Like, it falls a lot.
You need to start twirling your phone more or something.
Twirling?
Yeah. Have you seen that short with,
no.
Who's it? The scientist dude, Neil. And
Armstrong? DeGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, Armstrong DeGrasse. Yeah, him. And
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Anyway, he was talking, and I don't know how much is true or just his speculation, but he was talking about how he was watching like a Marine drill and ceremony show, and one part of it is the rifles. They spin the rifles, and you've seen it. They go spin, spin. And they get inspected and all this. And he's talking about it, and he's like, why do they do that? What? That's never like part of combat. Like, you never need to spin your rifle in combat. was like, well, then I thought about it, and the goal of spinning it is to not drop it. It's to maintain control of it, which is something you need to do in combat, is keep control of your weapon. So then I started thinking, I'm just gonna start twirling my phone. And then it shows him like twirling it in a couple different ways. He's like, I started doing this whenever it's just in my hands, and I've stopped dropping it by like 80%.
I don't think my hand's big enough to twirl.
No, he literally just went like this. You just twirl it around in your hand.
I think I would drop it more.
At first, yeah, but if you just keep, even if you just did this and just went back and forth and just like spun it around, you'll drop it less. Overall.
I guess that one would be fine.
But he's like, yeah, I just twirl my phone around and now I drop it significantly less.
Yeah, mine just like, well, it'll literally like slide out of my pocket.
Yeah, I think that's different than that. You need actual pockets.
Yes, I am cursed to be a woman.
For
some reason, clothing brands don't think we need real pockets. That's why I really love those pants I got from Target. The pocket's so big. I can fit so many things in it.
What, the green pants?
Yeah, the green and orange ones I have. Like
orange ones.
Yeah, I went back and got one pair in orange.
You said you didn't have one more, but you literally today told me you only had the green pair and you wanted more.
No, no. So your family gave me a gift card for my birthday to Target. So after you and I went shopping, I went and took my gift card and I used it to buy another pair of those pants in orange.
So you have a green pair and an orange pair?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're the greatest pants. I love them.
Looking like a Halloween over here.
I would love to get them in every color, frankly.
Oh my god.
Like, who needs other pants? Like I told you earlier, I don't even want to wear my skinny jeans anymore. That's how comfy these pants are. I'm like, it irritates my skin now. I'm like, these are good pants.
The skinny jeans do?
Yeah. Oh. I'm not, like, my skin's not used to it anymore. And they're like, you've been living like this? You know what? Those Gen Zers are onto something, though.
Wearing comfortable things? Yeah. How? Oof. No one could have predicted, like, I don't know, baggy pants.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been so busy this week with work that I haven't played any video games at all. Like literally, really? None. I haven't played any.
I played The Sims twice this week.
And then we only found time for this because I had to travel for work tomorrow. I work tomorrow and the next day.
Me as well. But you know what? So I've been running off of 1 day off a week, and I was gonna keep doing that for like the next 3 weeks. And then today, one of my employees is like, I need more hours to qualify to take a leave of absence. So she picked up one of my shifts, so I get to have 2 full days off, or like 2 mostly full days off. I'll still have to go in to do like some training things for somebody on one of the days, but I actually get some time off.
Oh my gosh, I'm working through next Friday, which means I'll work. That'll be my 17th day in a row working.
Yeah, I think for me, I keep hitting 13, 14. And then after that, I'm like, no, you take a day off.
Yeah, you need to for sure. Oh, man. But even today, when I'm like not working, you saw I was getting phone calls.
Yeah, I feel like even when you're not working, you're constantly doing little things.
Yeah, here and there. Oh, we get to watch that episode 3 of that thing today.
What is that called?
I can't remember.
Shangri-La Frontier.
You were so angry when I was like, I'm just gonna watch episode 3 without you.
Because I watched one episode and I said, wow, Jordan would really like this. So then I was like, okay, now we're gonna watch it together. So now we gotta watch it together.
You say that, but we have like 9 that we've started together and have not finished. Like
I thought we might watch more of, what's that one on the island?
One on the island?
Paradise.
Oh yeah,
Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, we haven't finished that one either. It's another one.
Maybe we could watch some of that. Halloween.
I know we haven't finished Tower of God. We didn't finish Hell's Paradise. We didn't finish the Saint one. We didn't finish that new one. We didn't finish Shield Hero. We didn't finish. Definitely didn't finish One Piece.
Well, you said you wanted to wait to finish Shield Hero until all the episodes came out because I'm annoying and I can't remember anything that happens.
You need to rewatch season 1 is what I said, because season 3 is coming out right now, by the way.
What?
Yeah, they're on like episode 3 of season 3.
Oh.
Like you need to rewatch season 1 so you know what's happening. I'm not going back and explaining it to you.
Excuse me. I love season 1. I thought the first episode really pissed me off.
Yep.
The way it's intended to,
Yep.
And then the bitch slut thing I found so fucking funny. If you haven't watched Rising of the Shield Hero, you should. It's complex and fun.
Yeah, but season 2 came out, like the first episode came out, and then we didn't watch it. The second episode came out, and we were like, "Oh, okay, let's watch it." The first two, and we started the first episode of season 2, and within like I don't know a few minutes, you were like, "Who is that again? Who's this? Who is that?" And you had like 8 questions within like 2 minutes, and I was like, "Nope, not doing it." So I ended it. And you're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Go back, watch all of season 1." So I don't have to answer all these questions about what references to season 1 they're making.
Just watch it on your own.
You just never watched season 1 again.
I'll rewatch it.
You won't. Season 1's 24 episodes. It's gonna take you forever to get
24
through
episodes is like nothing. Okay,
take
we're in
you
the
forever to
700s
get
of
through
One
that.
Piece.
Sure, but when you count how many like episodes a week you watch, how many do you watch a week? Like 1 or 2?
Well, it depends on my mood. So I
But like
watched
on average.
Well, I watched like all 12 episodes of that Horimiya in like a week.
Okay.
So I feel like I could watch Shield Hero.
Just skim through it. Like,
No.
yeah, I remember this part.
I mean, I do remember a lot. I really like Raptalia. I have some, and then I have wallpaper of Shield Hero on my thingy. So
I think having the wallpaper doesn't qualify you as remembering the season though.
Okay, also I keep yawning a lot because of the new medication I'm on. So like I'm fine, but like I just can't stop yawning. So I'm sorry.
And I've been awake for what is that now? 15 hours. So that's cool. Oh, 16 hours.
Oh,
yeah.
Why didn't you like take a nap?
I took like a half an hour nap, but then the mosquitoes fucking attacked.
You went outside. How do you tempt them?
I was outside for an hour. I wasn't outside all day.
Your blood is just attractive to mosquitoes because I will go outside with you and I do not get bit by a single fucking mosquito.
Yeah,
and you'll have like 5.
They're attracted to certain blood types. I got it from my mom. Like if you're standing, okay, my sister and I got it from my mom. If the two of us are together with anybody else, like we're getting bit. But if the two of us are around her, she's getting bit because she's like pure blood, all right? And I'm serious.
Doesn't your mom have a different blood type than you?
Yeah, but it's not like the blood type. It's one of the genes like in.
You just genetically taste better to mosquitoes.
Right. They prove it. They put out different blood markers and they found the specific gene that mosquitoes are attracted to. Speaking of mosquitoes, though,
hold on.
I saw
looking up mosquito attraction.
I saw the other day. We're still on mosquitoes. I saw the other day that someone developed a what was it? It was a spray or a drug or something or a scent that only kills mosquitoes and nothing else. And I was like, that's the scent we should be spraying literally everywhere. I want it every place that I am. I don't even care if it doesn't smell that good. I want it everywhere.
Okay, it does make sense why mosquitoes like you better than me.
Right, go ahead, read it.
Oh, it said people with type O blood are more than universal donors. They're also tastier to mosquitoes. And this is from the Terminix website. So
Terminix, I'm on a nothing scientific.
No. It does have some studies. It says, in fact, according to a study, certain species of the insect landed on the skin type of people, or the skin of people with type O blood twice as often as they did on the skin of those with type A.
Right.
And I'm A.
I'm telling you, it's what it is.
A negative, because I've never been positive in my life. They also like people with a higher metabolic rate. So that means people who have worked out, pregnant women, or those with high resting metabolic rates are more attracted to mosquitoes. They like darker colors.
The color blue. Yeah, like if you're like with a royal blue or like a I think it's royal blue. Royal blue, they're super attracted to it. Like when I was in Africa, the day before we went on this safari, they had us do a little briefing, like a little safety brief, and they were literally like, "Do you see the shirt he has on?" And they pointed to me, and they were like, "See that color blue?" And we were all like, "Yeah, that's a color blue." And they were like, "Do not wear anything even remotely that color tomorrow." We're like,
really?
"Why?" Like, because every mosquito trap out in the enclosure or like the preserve is that color blue because mosquitoes are attracted to it. So then we went out there and literally you'll just see giant, like they looked like solar panels almost, but they were that color blue and they were literally like filled with thousands of mosquitoes, every single one of them. They're like, yeah, we empty out. It's somebody's job to empty out the mosquito traps like every day. They're like, that's from one day. And they're like, oh yeah.
That's horrible.
There's thousands of them. My gosh, I
And they
hate
don't
that.
have any ecological benefits, do they?
No, they are the like single most the only what is it? Their only impact on the world is they are responsible for the single most deaths of humans. That's it.
From like viruses
Yep.
and diseases?
Yep. They are responsible for more deaths than humans are responsible for.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Like what the what? Like how many mosquito deaths do we have? Are you looking it up?
I'm just looking up how many mosquito diseases there are.
Oh, okay. Let's look up how many people have been killed by mosquitoes.
The most common ones are Zika, West Nile virus, chikungunya. I don't know how to say that. Do you know how to say that?
Malaria. I don't
Chikungunya.
know where you're looking. Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen that before?
yeah, it's chikungunya. I don't
Okay.
know.
Dengue and
And malaria.
malaria.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you know what? I almost forgot about Zika. You remember everybody was really freaked out about that, like our
Mhm.
fresh senior year of high school, I think it was. Spreading all over the place.
So I'll give you this number real quick. Last year, mosquito bites killed only 830,000 people. Now, in the general consensus of demographics, out of the 108 out of the estimated 108 billion human beings that have ever lived, how many do you think have died from mosquito-borne illnesses? Out of 108 billion.
20 billion?
20 billion? Good guess. No, it's close to half. It is 52 billion people. Close to half of all human deaths have been mosquito illnesses. They are worthless. They do nothing but population control.
See, why do we get to keep mosquitoes when all like the good things on this planet are rapidly devolving and going away?
Mosquitoes are responsible for the reconfiguration of the DNA of other animals that they bite. They are one of the few living creatures that have literally changed the DNA of others.
That's terrifying. All right, here's the pronunciation.
Mhm. Chikungunya. I was right.
You were right.
All
Wow.
right.
Okay.
I'm good at this.
Speaking of things in the wild, did you see that black bears are making a huge comeback in Texas apparently?
In Texas?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
They've been found mostly in West Texas, but apparently recently they're becoming much more common in hill country. They aren't being hunted anymore, which is causing them to come back into areas they used to not be able to. Um, so, like last year, they confirmed 154 black bear sightings. The previous year was 80, and before that was 25. So that's a pretty good improvement.
Yeah, that's a big increase.
But like, why? Because they made it illegal to hunt or poach them. And then there's ample food and water resources in hill country, you know. So
Yeah.
they've been able to thing. I saw this video of this old woman, this black bear was coming into her house, right?
Mhm.
And she just goes, "No, no, don't come in here. Shut the door. Back up.
Shut the
Shut the
door.
door." And the bear just sat there like, "Huh?" You
Yeah.
know, it was so funny.
We talked about that a while back of the grizzly bears in Central and South America.
Did we?
Remember I was telling you that nobody has spotted any bears in the region for I don't remember how long, but they keep finding like droppings of these species and they're like they're here somewhere. They're not extinct. Nobody can find them.
You know what? If I lived on the same planet as humans, I also would hide.
Right.
Also, this isn't a cute thing. It's Instagram versus reality.
That's fun. I can't. You're the screen protector's like off to the side. What are we doing at? Staring at women now?
So it's I follow this subreddit where they show you Instagram versus reality. So this is what she edits her photos to look like,
No,
and
with like
then
her face that's all like
like young as
skinnier.
fuck and shit, and then that's what she actually looks like, making herself look like a teenager.
Oh, weird. Filtered to look like a young teen.
But I follow stuff
What
like
the
that
fuck?
because I feel like it helps you see past like I don't mind using filters and stuff like that. Like everybody does it, but when you're editing yourself to that much where you don't even know what you look like anymore, it's like it's a mental illness at that point.
This has bothered me. Okay, every time that we record here, we do it at your desk, right?
Yeah.
It's really it bothers me. Has your Windows key ever fallen off? Because it really looks like it's upside down every time I
I
sit
don't know
here.
which way it's supposed to go. It did
It
fall off.
it looks like it looks like it's upside down. That's
And
all I'm
I
saying.
just put it
It's
back. You can fix it. I just didn't know which way it went. I just put it back the way I thought it fit.
well, yeah, but like, look, every other key is slanted towards the back. That one's slanted towards the front. Oh, don't do it. Oh gosh, don't do it now. You're gonna open up the windows. See, look, look how much better it looks.
Literally did not bother me.
And it's been bothering me every time.
Yeah, I think I took
Every
it off.
time I look this way and I stare that way.
I think
like,
I took it off to
what
clean
the
underneath
what?
all my keys because it's hard to get under them since they're
Yeah.
clicky.
Oh my gosh, it's bothered me for so long. I kept guessing whether it was backwards or not, and I was like, I'm just gonna say it.
Why?
You know?
Yeah. Why didn't you bring it up earlier? Like, how long has this been?
Months. Like it's been a long time where I'm like, that key's backwards. I don't know why, but the key's backwards. I didn't know why it was like that, and I was like, maybe it's her preference. Maybe it's so she doesn't hit the key because you can feel it more.
No, it's
backwards.
It's just because I literally didn't care, and I was like, I guess it goes that way.
Oh my gosh! Did we ever tell the story about your chair that you put together in high school?
This one?
Well, yes, this chair, but when it was in high school. Anyway,
No, this one
so
wasn't in high school. I got this in college.
no, anyway,
You were away, and I remember
sure,
FaceTiming
sure,
you
sure.
because I was like, I did something wrong and I need your help.
Right. Anyway, so you got this chair, and you handymanned it yourself together,
I was so proud. Okay.
and you were like, "I did it. I nailed it." And I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And I was at college, so I was away, right? Then, fast forward several months later, I
It
showed
was a
up.
while.
I showed up. I came in. I came into the room, and you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do something. Just you can mess around like Peter." And I was like, "Okay." I immediately sat down, and I was like, "This chair is wrong." I didn't
Literally
know.
the minute
Like I
you sat
sat
down.
down, I was like, "The chair is wrong." And you came back, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Your chair is wrong." Like, no, it works perfectly fine. And I was like, okay. And I had leaned the chair back, and the base was attached to the chair backwards. So instead of leaning back in the chair, you could only lean forward. It was so.
But I'm so small, it literally did not make a difference for me.
You were leaning the wrong way. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, this is great. It's fine. It's a chair.
I turned it around. I was like, sit in it. And you were like, oh yeah, the chair's level now instead of leaning forward. And I'm like, oh yeah, crazy.
Truthfully, I don't know how I've
like,
gone
I don't
through
know.
life sometimes. I really want to go see the Eras Tour movie.
You already went to the show. You don't
I
need a movie
know.
about the show.
But it's got songs I didn't get to see.
Stop giving her so much money. She's just a person.
I know she's just a person.
God.
I really like her music.
I know, but you don't have to spend all your money on it.
I'm not. Until next week.
Exactly. You're like next
When
week I get my
1989
check.
Taylor's version comes out on October 27th.
Oh my god. Like I'm counting down the days and I saved up my check. And I'm like, rent's due. And you're like, no, it was, but then somebody else paid it, so I'm buying Taylor Swift.
Hey, I'm paying off my debt.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And I'll pay for wedding things.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to pay off my last student loan.
Let's see. What else bothers me around this desk?
Oh my god, do not start that. Let's not do that again.
Look, your phone screen was one, the key was one. Those are just the last like 10 minutes. What else we got around here? That the dice is still missing. It's
I think we're gonna find that when we move out of this place.
I think it's under the bed somewhere. Like I really do. That's the only place I can think of, unless your cat just ate it somehow.
I think it would have been pooped out though, right?
Well, I think so too, but I'm not inspecting the cat's
Well, I mean,
poop,
it would have.
so-
Her poop is definitely like smaller than those dice. Okay, like in circumference or whatever. Like it's not. Her poop
Okay.
is not that big. I would have seen it
Okay.
and been like, shit, I got to clean this up.
I'll trust you as the regional poop inspector, but
As the only one who scoops her litter box, yes.
you live here. What do you want me to do?
You
want me
don't
to
do it when you're
fly-
here.
You want me to fly in and do
Yeah,
it?
but like
oh
sometimes
my
when I'm here
gosh.
and like you're here too, like you don't do it.
Yeah, because it's not on my radar of responsibilities. You know what it is? Doing the dishes you didn't do, cleaning the bathroom you didn't clean.
I cleaned the bathroom on
Oh.
Wednesday.
Okay. I didn't say you didn't. I'm just letting you know the things that I look for when I get home is not like, where's the cat poop
I
at?
cleaned the kitchen too, but I was gonna do the dishes when I got home. I thought you were gonna be back later for some reason.
That is true.
So I was gonna do the dishes when I got home. But most of those were from yesterday.
Most of what? The dishes?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. We went out to lunch today. We went to a seafood place. We sat down and you went, "Oh, this looks good and this looks good and this sounds good too, but I don't want pasta. That's too heavy. Maybe this." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sounds good. Let's do it." So we got like an appetizer and we got like some food coming out and you ate like 3 bites of the appetizer and then your food came out and you looked at it and I was like, "Yeah, she's done eating. It's okay."
Yeah, it
Like
just
immediately you
the
were like,
other
"No."
medication I was on was supposed to like increase my appetite, but since I've changed, it's like I don't know if it's just because I'm stressed out or what, but I'm not hungry at all, and then I eat like 3 bites of stuff and I'm full, and then I get nauseous because I'm hungry, but then I try to eat and I feel full,
Yeah.
and I don't know what to do.
You just gotta eat little bits throughout the day. It'll help.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry again though, so.
All right, that's
Yeah.
good.
Also, I just saw this on Reddit. It says, today I learned in the 16th and 17th centuries, weddings would often have a savory pie instead of a wedding cake.
Yep.
Live birds or snakes were sometimes put into bride pies as a way to pass time at the wedding.
Nice.
What? Why?
I want a live
Who?
bird.
Who came
What?
up with that? A wedding cake is surrounded by superstitions. Yeah. In the medieval era, wedding cakes were constructed in rolls and buns that were laid on top of each other. The groom and bride would attempt to share a kiss on top of the stack of rolls to ensure fertility and have good fortune.
Yeah.
Want to make out on a stack of rolls in front of your family?
Exactly.
Okay, I do think I want to be Taylor Swift for Halloween, though. I think that'd be fun.
Go for it.
I feel like it'd be fun.
Boy, Ben and Jerry's, what are you doing?
They know exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, somebody knew exactly. Like it's.
So I have not played any Baldur's Gate. A lot of people in the fandom have noticed that, like, once you get to Act 3, it's like, oh, I'm done now.
No, there's just nothing compelling you to keep
No,
playing.
like, there's a lot to keep. There's just so much in Act 3 that it's like after 1 and 2, it's kind of like I noticed this because in Act 1, I'm like, yes, I'm having fun. No matter how many times I made a new character, I'm like, this is great, so fun, adventuring, we had a little party, and then you get to Act 2, and Act 2 is like depression, darkness, nothing matters. No, it's such a stark contrast to Act 1 that when I first played it, I was like, I don't know if I can keep going. And then Act 3 is a little bit better, but Act 3 has a lot going on.
I haven't even gotten to Act 2 yet. I'd say. Oh my gosh! I just found this book. It says "How to Talk to Your Dog About the Fall of Constantinople." That's the title of it.
Okay, but how do I talk to my cat about the
What
fall
is
of
that book
Constantinople?
about? The same thing, just with a lot of in between.
I really want to teach her how to talk with those buttons, but they're expensive.
I do
Like, can I
not
get my
want
own?
your cat to talk with buttons. I don't want that.
Why?
Because it's annoying enough when she meows. Now she's gonna learn how to fucking talk to. Why are you screaming? You know, in the bedroom. Like
Oh
that's just
my
what she's gonna be hitting.
gosh. Yeah, meow. Mother, why are you ignoring me? I feel like if I did teach her how to talk with the buttons, she would just be like, play, 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 you know?
Boy.
Attention, attention, attention. Or like pets, pets, pets. She doesn't really beg for food.
That's because her food's always just sitting out. I don't know.
I don't know. She stayed the same way, so I'm not really too worried, you know?
And that's it. And that's the whole thing.
Sorry. I'm like, I'm hungry and I'm just like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
I've just like, you know, with the weather changing to. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, excuse me. With the weather changing too, like all I've wanted to do is like eat soup and drink tea and watch scary movies. I watched so many scary movies this week. They were all Halloween. I can't lie. It wasn't so many scary movies. I watched so many different things of Halloween.
Different versions of the same movie.
And then I started one of the newer ones, but I lost interest and stopped halfway through.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think I threw myself off a cliff or something. I am falling asleep over here.
Yeah, you should definitely take a nap after this.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have a favorite scary movie? Do you like any of them?
The favorite scary movie?
Yeah, like
The Corpse Bride's pretty funny.
Corpse Bride's scary, okay? I
Is it?
actually watched who's that guy? Alex Myers, who does like the animated videos of him like reviewing things. You know? He did one on Corpse Bride the other day, and I watched it. It was pretty funny. He was like, "This is a children's movie?"
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
Coraline, you know?
What
It's
do
like,
you-
what? Why would you let a kid watch this?
What do you think the best line in The Corpse Bride is? Can you pick one? Because there's only one.
I think I'd have to rewatch it. It's been a while. I can't like think of specific lines.
There's only one line in The Corpse Bride that you got to remember. Well, two. The vows are pretty fun vows. It's like
What if we just use the Corpse Bride vows?
You can. It's like with this hand, your cup will never empty. With this ring, like with this ring, I take you as blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty fun vows. Anyway, there's one line that stands out above all the other ones. This is what it is: when all the dead people start coming to life to go to the wedding, they come out of like a fireplace into this mansion where all these like nobles are sitting and having dinner.
Mhm.
And one of them's a butler. One of the dead guys is a butler. He stands behind somebody, and the noble dude, he says something, not the important part. And the dead butler leans over, and his eye falls out, and it lands in the soup. And the noble, he looks down, and the eyeball turns over, so you can see it's an eyeball, and he just goes, "There's an eye in me soup."
Yeah.
It is the best line in the movie.
I actually really like the video. I just watched on it because the guy was like,
What
the main character guy, you're supposed to feel bad for him, but he handles everything poorly. Like instead
he
of like
does.
telling Victoria anything, he just tries to lie and he gets dragged down to hell. But then he also brought up a great plot hole that I never thought about as a kid when I originally watched it and stuff.
Right.
They say that you can't go to the land of the living without all this great powerful magic. Like they have to use this magician guy to get back up there. But then the wedding happens and everybody can just go up there.
Yeah, because they open up that like portal thing, don't they? And they
Yeah,
all walk through the streets.
But they specifically said nobody can ever go to the land of the living. It's really, really hard magic. Like it's so difficult to do. They can't do it. But then they do it really easy.
Yeah, because the bride, she like claws her way up out of hell basically, and then makes a little portal, and then everyone follows her through.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a long time, so I was just watching like his version.
Yeah, well, okay. He handles it very poorly because he could have just been like, "I'm sorry, I was practicing my vows for my actual wedding tomorrow." And
no, literally, like all he had to do was be like, "Sorry,
like,
I'm getting married tomorrow."
Sorry. But he freaks out and like sprints away, which is understandable if somebody dead just pops up out of the ground and like does that. But like also everybody in like the dead city, they all knew her. Like they all knew her name and everything. So like was she walking around for all those years without a hand? Because her hand was the dead branch that was sticking up out of the ground. So was she walking around without a hand and her hand was just sticking up out of the ground in the real world? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they all knew her. It's not like she was hanging from
does her body just rest in the ground, but then like her soul is under?
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it was her body that was there.
And then like when he puts the ring on, it brings her body back. I don't know. It's a cartoon. I don't think they thought about all that. But I do like it.
Yeah. I like it. I like his dog, but I also
It's like the same dog from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm very confused as to how she knew that it was his dog. Because she was just like, "There's someone who's been waiting to see you," and like pulls up the dog, and you're like, "Okay, like how did you? Did you just know that?"
Maybe she's been stalking him a lot longer than she said.
I don't know. I thought that was very weird. I'm like, is he the only dead dog? Like no one else had a dog in town?
Okay, but Coraline.
Coraline, where she tries to sew buttons into her eyes, doesn't she?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
okay.
want to. I don't even like that movie as an adult. Like it
No,
freaks me out.
it's still weird. It's still a creepy movie, no
Well,
matter.
and then I watched a few YouTube videos about all the like Easter eggs and things they put into it that make it even more creepy when you think about
Yeah,
it. Oh my gosh, they put a lot of effort and thought into that movie. And I think doing films in like stop motion and clay animation are even better. Like it makes it look creepier. And
it
like
was very creepy. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna be your mom now, and you're like, okay, is that the plot? Like, what? I don't.
yeah,
Ugh.
those are not children's movies. Even as an adult, like I said,
Mm,
I think it would still scare me.
no.
But I've gotten very like picky about what type of scary movies I'll watch.
One movie that's on the fence of being like a kid versus an adult movie is Box Trolls. Have you seen Box Trolls?
I know I've seen it, but it's been a really long time.
So it's about this kid who is abandoned as a child, right? And the box trolls take him in. They're trolls that literally live inside cardboard boxes and they
Mhm.
hide in boxes anytime anyone's
Yeah, I
near.
think I had books about it.
Yeah, they only go out at night. No one ever sees them. They're all like myth, right? And they find this kid and they raise him, uh, but he's not the greatest box troll because he's a human and can't like contort himself into a box,
Yeah.
right? But his name is Eggs because he lives inside an eggs box, and like that's it's anyway. But it's on the fence. There's the plot of it is there's the nobles in town are hoarding cheese, which boy does that relate to
Okay.
trolls, right? Okay, so the nobles in town are hoarding like cheese is like the epitome of high society apparently. And they have cheese tastings like I think it's like once a week or a month or something like that. And it's literally just like this giant wooden table and it's full of all sorts of different cheeses and it just shows them eating it, right? Well,
Okay.
there's a guy, the main antagonist. His whole shtick is that he got them to promise him a seat at that table if he can capture all of the box trolls because they didn't think the box trolls existed and he did. So they're basically like, go do this impossible task and we'll let you sit here and eat cheese with us, right? That's that's the plot. So he goes around and literally every night just
Go and
tries
commit
to
genocide and you can
just
eat
try
cheese
not
with
even
us.
genocide, just capture them. So he's literally
Oh.
just capturing the trolls. So eventually antagonist style, he finds like a weakness and uh he starts recognize or he finds out like he sees one hide in a box and then it like clicks in his mind like, oh, they're all in boxes. So he literally just starts collecting every box in towns that he sees, and then he has all the trolls. So then he collects all the trolls, and he's like, "Here's the proof they exist. Now you have to let me eat at this." And they're still like, "No, we don't think you've got them all." So then he basically like storms the cheese room by force and sits down and like takes them all prisoner basically while he's eating cheese. And then you find out that the other high society guys, they they first of all they didn't like him, so they
Well, duh.
didn't want they well no like they didn't like him, so they didn't want him there. But second of all, they were like, oh, we there's a reason we don't let him in. It's because he's lactose intolerant. And in this universe, lactose intolerant means you will literally blow up if you eat cheese. So he starts eating cheese and he starts like engulfing like the blueberry lady from
Oh
The
my
Willy Wonka factory.
gosh.
Like he gets huge and then goes away. And all the trolls just go back to their lives. And then there's a little subplot where the kid that was raised finds a little girl to play with and then becomes part of human society again.
Oh.
So he's got to decide between living with the trolls and living with humans. But like that's the plot of troll like box trolls, and you're like that was
Yeah, I think I saw somebody on Reddit talk
interesting.
about that a little while ago.
Yeah,
How they're like,
I
it's
was
kind
like,
of disturbing when you think about it.
yeah, I was like, this is the plot makes you're like he wants to capture all the trolls because he wants to eat cheese. Like that's it. That's the plot. That's the main antagonist plot. And the trolls literally do no harm to anybody. Like they go around and they eat garbage and then they hide in boxes when people come by and then they go underground at during the day and just sleep all day. So
So they're literally not bothering anybody.
literally they're helping. They're cleaning up trash. They literally go around and just eat trash and then disappear during the day.
Hmm.
You're like, Okay.
I can't. There's not like another one I can think of that comes to mind that's like creepy like that, but it's technically for kids.
Like in that animation style.
Yeah. Tim
Hmm,
Burton's got pretty much all of them.
I think those are all his movies, aren't they?
Coraline's not.
I thought Coraline was his.
Mm-mm. It's I think they say like he's like a producer or something, but it's not like his actual movie. Like he's not the one who made the story or the design or anything like that.
Oh, it's made by Henry Selick, or directed by Henry Selick.
Yeah, Henry Selick does a lot of creepy things.
Henry Selick also did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so I learned actually because of because of Coraline, I learned there's a lot of things that have Tim Burton's name on it, but
Mhm.
it's not like his movie. He just like produced it.
Right, right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this movie. Nine?
Oh, that's a good
Dude,
movie. That's sad as fuck.
that is not a kid's movie, okay? I don't know if you've seen Nine or not. It's about these nine little like puppets that come to life because a man shreds his soul into nine pieces to defeat what is basically Skynet. Like that is the plot, and it is not a kids movie.
No,
Like
it's so
it
dark.
is dark and terrifying. Like it's like a giant mechanical dog is hunting them the whole time, and then like the snake that like sews people together because they're made of like fabric, they're puppets,
Mhm.
and the snake starts sewing people together. Like that movie is
It's been a while since
so
I've seen it, but I
that movie
remember
is
I'm
so
pretty sure when I
creepy,
was a
and I'm
kid and
like,
we started
what the
watching it,
fuck?
I'm pretty sure I stopped watching it because I didn't like it.
Yeah. Oh, another one, Monster House.
I love Monster House. It's scary. It's
It's
scary.
it's not a kids movie. I don't know
Mm-mm.
why they kept like directing
And the
these
story
movies
of it
towards
is actually like
kids.
really sad though.
So is Nine. Like you're like, oh, everyone was killing each other during a war, and then this dude split his soul into nine pieces as the last living human.
Like Monster House is
You're
what would
like,
have happened in Up.
what?
Monster House is like what would have happened if Up wasn't happy and positive.
Yeah. Right?
But yeah, I'm like, what? I don't think I yeah, I can't think of any other creepy kids movies though.
I'm trying to let's see, creepy kids movies. That's what I'm
Although,
gonna
so
Google.
I told you I finished that Horimiya anime I was watching. I
Right.
just want to mention though, because there was that moment that made me laugh I told you about. But they're like in high school or whatever, you know, so they're all shy and dating. And she's walking home with him on Christmas, and she's like, "I think I want to be with you after graduation. Like, let's be
Mhm.
together." And he looks at her for a second and goes, "Let's get married." And she was like,
Boy,
she
okay.
goes, "Wait, aren't isn't the girl supposed to say that?" And he was like, "No."
Oh, we talked about it before, but the Spiderwick Chronicles. Remember talking about that one?
You showed me that, right?
Yeah, it's about the kid who's like their dad just left, so they move into like this really old house, and like a raven monster wants this secret book that he finds because it has the secrets of how to like rule all the fairy tale creatures that
Mhm.
live among humans. Very creepy.
You didn't see The Last Unicorn, or you didn't finish The Last Unicorn, but that one's
No.
it's a really dark movie too.
Is it?
It gets really depressing, yeah. Like, and then there's like this big scary bull that chases the unicorn everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, Pinocchio, yes. Pinocchio is very creepy, but I think just because it came out in 1940.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pinocchio.
You haven't seen the original
Mm-mm.
where like they literally like drown children? And
No, no, I haven't
yeah,
seen
the
that.
guy lures a bunch of children to an amusement park and then proceeds to like try and kill all of them. Like that's that's part of the
Oh,
plot.
do you remember The Little Vampire? I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was not creepy though.
It's a little creepy, but not like what most of these are.
Nah, the boy who cried werewolf,
Okay, but do you have
Frankenweenie.
any like actual favorite like scary movies that you'd watch? Like you're like, I like Halloween or I like Friday the 13th. Like, are there any of those that you're like, I'm okay with this one?
Um, like scary movies I like. No, I can't really think of any, but like there's just not many that come to mind really. Let's just look up scary movies and see what I can
Like,
find.
I think the Friday the 13th movies are like my favorite original scary movies. Um, Halloween, I really like. I like slashers. Like, I don't like paranormal and like demons and shit. That gets to me. That scares me a lot. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like slashers and like cheesy camp horror movies,
Mm.
like classic 80 films.
I do really. It's not. I don't think it's a horror movie, but what is it? Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
yeah, I've seen
That one's
that.
funny as fuck. I like
It's
watching that. It's just
like
funny.
horror comedy.
Mhm.
Like, I watched Halloween with some of my
What?
friends while we smoked a few years ago
Oh my
when I
god.
was living in Vegas. Yeah, we watched Halloween. Super funny fucking movie. So fucking funny, especially when you're smoking weed. It's like 10 out of 10. Um, but
I watched it. It was pretty good.
I
like
like
that.
it. Do you like the original or the remake though?
I've only seen the remake. I haven't seen the original one.
Oh, did you see part 2 as well, or?
No, just that first one.
I liked part 2, but everybody I've seen says they liked part 1 better.
What was that movie we watched where it was you showed it to me. It was literally about a girl and her story of how she was turning into a zombie. And she was like caring for plants and her plants kept started dying as she died. You remember that? And then
I
like
think I need some more details.
at the very end, like it's literally just the story of her turning into a zombie and at the very end like she's like maggots are crawling out of her and stuff.
Is that It Follows? That sounds like one of the
No.
STD ones. I know what you're talking about, but it's like an STD that you acquire and then
Is that
you
what
have
it
to pass
was?
it on to somebody else or you like rot.
Is that what it was? I didn't get the whole plot. I was just kind of going through it, but hmm,
Contracted.
okay, sure.
Yeah, I remember
Would
this.
not have guessed that.
No, yeah. I remember it was like an STD, and then like you had to like have sex with someone else in order to get rid of it.
Oh, gotcha.
But okay, It Follows. I don't think you've seen it. It Follows is a really scary fucking movie.
Is it?
It's kind of like the same like basic concept as Contracted was, where it's like an STD, but it's like you have sex and then this creature starts like following you and like you just see it like in the background and it's why it's called It Follows because like it just keeps getting closer and closer and closer to you. That movie is so fucking scary and it's a really great metaphor because again it's another metaphor for STDs like you know like a curse that passes on through sexual intercourse or whatever. But that's a scary movie. I like it a lot. There was one I was going to talk about.
I've seen a lot of the Saw movies. I like those because there's like a puzzle aspect to it. I really like Saw, or like the series.
I want to see the new one.
The Cabin in the Woods. That was really good. I like that.
Which one is that one?
That's when they visit. It's like 5 teens visit a house, and there's a company like controlling all the monsters. Depending on what object they pick up, they'll send out a different monster. Funny. That was pretty good.
I like it when they go underground and they're just like, well,
just like,
guess we're here now. In the world.
What was the name of that one that had like this lady wakes up in an underground bunker with 2 other dudes, and they tell her that an apocalypse happened and that they saved her and now they've got to ration resources a little bit. But like the young man and the woman like start getting close and the older man's like demanding that they follow his rules and they can't leave and all this. So they eventually like get mad at him because neither of them had seen the apocalypse. They both just got brought down there. So eventually they just don't believe him and try to leave. And then at the very end, she walks out or like they leave the bunker and there is an apocalypse that happened. So it was like, oh, he wasn't lying, that sort of thing, you know.
I honestly don't know. I'm trying to look it up, but that's not very just like I can't.
Yeah.
You remember Annihilation? That movie was creepy.
Hold on. Where movie with bunker and apocalypse with a woman trapped. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Are you sure I watched it with you?
I don't think we watched it together, but I'm trying to find it. I think it's 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Yep, this is it. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. It's very well like directed. I liked it. It was good.
You remember Vivarium?
That was a stupid movie. That was not creepy at all. Like there was no horror to it.
It was mostly just annoying because it was like I wanted to figure out what's happening.
Literally nothing happened. It was just like, yep, they're trapped. Now what? Nothing.
That
nothing
movie was
happened. You're
all
like,
vibes, no plot.
yeah, pretty much. Like there was literally nothing that happened in that. I was
All
like,
that's
all
to
right.
say, we should watch some scary movies since it's gonna be Halloween soon.
I don't know about that part.
They don't have to be like really scary. And we can watch
Yeah.
Saw. We can watch the new Saw
There's,
together.
no. I watched what was it? Bird Box. Bird Box was all right.
I liked Bird Box. I thought it was pretty, obvious what was happening, but
I liked that it was just kind of the same as uh what's that one with fucking Jim from The Office? What's his name? Remember that one where they had to be really quiet? Is it just called A
yes.
Quiet Place or
A
something?
Quiet Place.
Yeah, that's the one.
That movie actually
It
was
was like the
really
same.
sad.
It was like the same premise though. Like they had to be quiet, and then in
Well,
Bird
yeah,
Box they couldn't see.
Bird Box came
Like
out after that.
crazy.
Um, I liked A Quiet Place a lot. I think they used sound really well in that movie. Did you ever watch it?
No, I've never
It
seen A Quiet Place.
it's so good, and it's so silent. My parents told me they were watching it in the movie theater, and there's like a part at the beginning where like the family almost dies because this kid's like toy makes sound.
Yeah.
And my dad said he was like, everybody in the theater was so fucking pissed at that kid for making it sound like they really effectively utilized it. And then Jonathan Krasinski was actually the director.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, and at the end he gets got, like,
Uh, The Mist was one. The what was that one we watched? Love and Monsters. Is that what it was called?
oh yeah, where there's like an apocalypse.
Yeah, that one wasn't a horror movie, but it was. I think it was really
Yeah, it was more like a
good.
dramedy, but it was fun. I liked
The
it.
Invisible Man
I haven't
from
seen the
2020.
original or the remake.
The remake I saw. It's scary.
It's got that Scientology lady in it.
Mhm.
I can't.
Um,
So it's so fucked because I love that actress. Her name's like Elizabeth something, I think. She is in The Handmaid's Tale. It completely shattered my like vision of her to learn she's a Scientologist. Like you're telling me you're in a TV show about cults and like getting brainwashed, and you're a Scientologist. That's just I haven't even finished watching Handmaid's Tale because of that actually, because it's all I can think of when I see her on screen now.
What was the one where the aliens showed up around the world?
A lot of
Hmm?
a lot.
No. Like the giant like aliens. They showed up in like 8 places, and it was because they were like in the past, or like she could see the future at the end. You
Oh,
remember that one?
yeah, that movie made me cry like a fucking baby.
Yeah, because they showed her pictures of like her dead kids.
Like I didn't know what was happening until the
Yeah.
very end. I didn't understand it until they revealed it at the very end.
Mm.
And then I literally we were watching it when Jordan was in college. We were watching it with his roommates. I
Uh,
could not stop bawling my eyes. Was it Arrival?
Arrival, yeah.
Yeah, no, the ending made me I had to excuse myself to the bathroom to like wash my face. I could not stop crying. That's how much
Yeah.
it like hit me
They were
emotionally.
like, haha, just kidding. She was seeing the future of her dead children.
Yeah, like the whole time you think it's like the
Oh.
past and like she's trying to work through this grief and stuff, and it's like no, she knew the whole time that she was gonna fall in love with this man and have a kid, and that kid was going to die, and like she knew from the very beginning. And I'm like, I cannot imagine that choice. Like that's an impossible fucking choice. Like, would you still do all of it knowing that it's
What,
gonna be
save
ripped
the
away from you?
would you save the world and have that happen, or let the world end
No, I'm not
again?
saying like don't save the world, but I'm
No,
saying
that's the
like
decision she made though. If you didn't save the world, then the world, that's the end. If you did save the world, you know that you're gonna go and have the kid, and then the kid's gonna die.
well, so
So
no,
what
though.
was your
So
choice?
my
Like,
question there is like, if she saves the world, would you still have the kid?
oh, that's a
Like, would you
different choice.
still get
That's a different
married and
choice.
have
Say,
that kid knowing it's going to destroy your relationship with the person you love and that you're going to be in pain for the rest of your life?
well, say you don't have that choice. You only have the choice between saving the world and having the kid, or don't save the world. Which one are you
Well, I mean,
doing?
obviously, I'm saving the world.
You're gonna save the world and have the kid,
I
right?
am like the person who wants to die the least on this planet. Okay,
Like, what if she didn't have that choice though? What if they were like, "Here's all this knowledge. You can see the future. Also, you're in love with this dude now." Like they could have easily done that. They're aliens that control time.
Yeah,
It
I thought that was so sad.
was.
It was
I
so
think it
fucking
was
sad.
supposed to be. Yeah.
Um,
What was the name of that movie? Where the family moves into an old creepy house. Stop me if you heard this one.
sounds like Amityville Horror.
And there ends up being two children that live in the walls in the basement, and they're like the albino children that come out and like they try and kidnap the son to be their like new brother. You seen that? That's a creepy motherfucker.
Have you seen I think it's The Descent.
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of similar premise, but
But
underground with
yeah,
people.
I don't know. They did a good job in that movie because the first 3 quarters of that movie, they make it look like there's somebody fucking haunting that house. Like there's a ghost, there's a demon, whatever. Like the son is talking to walls, like he's playing ball and like with the
Mm-hmm.
wall. And like he's playing ball and like rolling it into his closet, and then it rolls back out of his closet, and it's super creepy. And then the mom looks over and the sister looks like comes around and there's nothing in the closet, and you're like, whoa, creepy. Like the whole time. And then like as they're like as they actually it's funny, they do like research on the house, and they find out like there's two children that were born around that time that have never been found, and the dad's like they're still here. And that's when they start like coming out of the walls and like kidnapping people. They kill their dog, like they
I don't like
you're like
movies where they
holy
kill the
shit.
dog. You don't need to kill a dog to show me how terrible something is. Like I think that's just such a sloppy choice, you know? Like the only time they ever kill animals is to be like, "Ooh, this person or this creature or this thing is so evil. It killed the
Mhm.
dog." Like fuck you, man. The dog doesn't need to die. Like I watched a new Amityville Horror, which I think I'd already seen it the other
Yeah.
day. Um but like they killed the dog to be like, "Ooh, spooky."
Ooh.
No. That dog didn't deserve to die. Fuck
Oh
you.
man.
I don't like that. I don't like there's even a whole website called doesthedogdie.com that'll tell you if dogs die in movies.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's really all I can think of right now. Turns out I've watched more than I thought. In horror
Yeah,
movies.
I'm proud of you. I do remember the one we watched together a few years ago where it was like they kept saying Veronica, do you remember? It was like about demon possession and Spanish girls.
Was it Spanish? I thought it was
Yeah,
like Korean.
I think it was Spanish.
Maybe it was Spanish. I don't
But
know.
I just remember because everybody online was like, this is the scariest movie of the year. And then we
Yes,
fell asleep watching it.
we watched it and we were like, there was nothing wrong. Like the only thing that was scary in that is how dumb those kids were.
Yeah,
And you're
honestly.
like, just leave. It
I just
was like it would spell out things on the wall, and you're like, just go away, just
yeah.
leave. And then like they're like, oh, it's somebody, they're haunting me, it's possessed. And you're like, okay, but what have they done? Literally nothing. Like they started a fire in the house and then didn't prevent them from leaving the house at all. Like the demon was like, "Let me set the house on fire. You can go out." And they all just left, and you're like, "Okay." Like they left the fire. What was the what was the point of the fire?
Yeah, I
Like,
just
all
like I feel like
right.
a lot of scary movies have problems with this where it's like they have a really great premise and it's creepy, they're building tension, and then they get to the end and it just fizzles out, you know? Like they don't know how to
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Like, all right.
But yeah.
Oh
TLDR,
man.
it's almost Halloween. Get out there, watch a scary movie, carve some pumpkins, live your best life.
Hmm. Okay, what was the one? The last one. What was the one? It was on Netflix a long time ago. I sent it or I showed it to you where the woman was deaf and she was a writer
Hush.
and she went into is that what it was?
Hush.
She went to her like cabin in the woods and like the dude kept fucking with her because he was like he would just sneak around like behind her and she couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty
That was a
creepy.
good movie, though. I feel like they set that up beautifully. I think the payoff in the end was great because I don't like it. I don't like movies with a bad ending. I know, like, that happens in real life. It's realistic, whatever. I don't want that. I don't watch a scary movie where a woman is getting the fuck beat out of her the whole time, and then the ending is just like she dies. I don't want to see that shit. Like,
You
that
should
happens in real
not
life.
watch Goblin Slayer. I don't know if you've seen
No,
it.
I
We can
haven't.
watch the first episode later. You will. It's not. It took me by surprise the amount of things that happen in the first episode of Goblin Slayer. We'll watch it after this.
Okay.
It's
But, I don't like stuff like that. Like, I want a good ending. Like, I liked that she was the badass bitch in the end, and she killed that
yeah.
motherfucker. Like, yeah, he fucked with her the whole time, but she got her revenge. I want movies like that.
You would really like. Uh, oh, what is that movie called? It's about a flight from like Britain to America during like World War I or World War II, and this lady pretends to be like an Air Force officer, and like with a very important package, and she's like, I'm getting on this plane, you need to let me on. She shows orders, they get on, and then there's a gremlin on the plane, so like she's sitting there like fighting off this gremlin the whole time, and no one believes her until it literally crashes the plane. And then at the very end, like like one of the two or three guys that survive are all injured, but she's like okay, because that's how plane crashes work. And and so she's literally like going hand to hand combat against this gremlin and kills it. And you're like, whoa, okay.
Okay, I know you said one more, but, did you ever watch A
Oh,
Promising
man.
Young Woman?
No, that's not even
I
what
would
I
actually
watched.
I would love to have you watch it. So, some backstory. So, A Promising Young Woman is about a woman whose friend is raped in college, and then she kills herself because of it. Like, it's
Yeah.
really horrible. But because of that, she starts going out and, like, rape baiting men, and then when they try to rape her, she kills them.
Okay.
But the whole goal of this movie is for her to get revenge on the people who originally did this to her friend. Like, she's going and killing the
Right,
people
right,
who were
right.
involved, who covered it up, all that sort of stuff. The ending is not, like, traditionally happy. Like, she I don't wanna spoil it in case people wanna watch it, but, um, she it's not a happy ending, but she does get her revenge. But the ending took me so by surprise. I remember I was sobbing. I was just like, yeah, she got her revenge. She did what she set out to do. Like, she's a boss ass bitch, but the way that it happens is so fucking sad and horrible. And like, it's a really good movie. Like, in the way that it handles the subject matter is good, and it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's bright, it's colorful, it's fun to watch. But damn, is it emotionally turbulent? Highly recommend that movie though.
Nice.
And it's called A Promising Young Woman because, like, when men typically, like, rape somebody, they're always like and they don't get, like, sent to jail, they're always like, "Oh, but he's such a promising young man," like, "He's got his whole life ahead of him." Fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
So did she.
yeah. Okay, calm
No, I will not.
down there.
But
Anyway,
it's a good movie if you wanna watch it.
it's big stuff. Anyway,
I know, but it happens in real
so
life.
the title of the one that I was talking about is Shadow in the Cloud.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now,
We
or
don't
at
have
least was like a
Netflix.
month ago. You
And
don't need
I
Netflix.
want it so I can watch the One Piece live
I
action, but it's
know.
so expensive.
Yeah, they upped their price again.
Yeah, and they just put out a thing, they're about to up it again for the 3rd
Yup.
fucking time this year.
Yup.
Ugh. Although Spotify, obviously I get free Spotify, so I can't do this. But Spotify just sent me a notification saying they're doing like a duos thing for couples now. So it's like 15
Yeah.
bucks a month, and then you can get 2 people unlimited listening.
Maybe when you quit Starbucks.
Yeah, if I ever quit my job, then we can do that.
All right. That's going to do it for us this week. We appreciate you listening in.
Hope you liked our
We're-
scary movie talk.
We're Ripley, and the other one,
Jordan.
Yep. And we'll be back next week.
Hope you enjoyed it.
What is next week? Halloween-ish?
No, it's the 30th.
See? Halloween-ish. I was right. We'll see you back next week for the Halloween episode. This was not it. This was just a random episode about horror movie. So,
It's that time of year.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you all next time.
Bye.